The basis of BU recognition is that since you don't have enough information right here in order for you to recognize the 3-cycle case before we align them, we check the BU sticker, which is the sticker that's going to end up in the B in the back top spot right here. So that's orange in this case. And that gives us the information we need to know which 3-cycle we have. So there's two different possibilities we can have, where the BU and this edge here is the other edge that we're going to be looking at, where these two edges are opposite. As you can see here, this one's orange and this one's red, so opposites. And the way we solve this is the same every time. We can't cancel with this type of one, so we simply align the ULUR, and then we raise the dot, is the saying. So this is of the three, this is the odd one out, and we bring that one up, like so. We use an M move to bring it upward. And then we do a U2, and from there you should be able to figure out what your 3-cycle is. Now here we have the matching case where they're both the same, orange and orange. And for this one, we're also going to be looking at the center. I'll get into the two different cases next. So whenever you see two matching with the BU and this reference edge, whenever you see them matching, it means that you're always going to have a double move, so a U2 or an M2 to start your cycle. Now we know that if we align our stuff and do a U2, that's the same as just doing a single U move in the opposite direction. So for this case, we look at them and we see that the center is not matching. Like if we put all three of these together, they wouldn't match. So that's how we know we don't have a cancellation and that we have an M2 case. So we solve our ULURs and then we do an M2, U2, and from there it should be pretty self-explanatory how to finish. For this case though, all three of these do match and they're all orange. So instead of solving our ULUR, we do the opposite AUF to line all three of these up, and then we raise the dot and do a U2, and that basically solves it. What really sets BU recognition apart is that it is move efficient every time, and also that Lookahead is very simple and intuitive. So the difficult thing is figuring out which side you need to look at to check for BU. And while you're inserting your ULUR edges, this back one is the side that you'll turn to, so this is blue. I know that because this is green, and this has to be the opposite, obviously. So I would turn to the blue side, and this will be my BU. So I'll do an M2, check BU, and realize I have a cancellation. Another good way to think of it is that if I have this edge is green, whatever edge is in the front of the ULUR, I look to the opposite side. And then when I do my M2 to put the ULURs in place, I can check my BU then. Just remember not to do it before, because then you're not going to get an opposite or matching. You're going to get an adjacent every time. So we check that and we see cancellation. Now, we do have those cancellation cases where we have the ULUR either in a full bar like this or as headlights. And so I'll be covering that now. Here we have the full bar case and then also the full bar case over here. For the full bar case, you do the exact same thing. You look to the back side, or you don't look to the back side, but you know what color edge is there, and you look towards that side for your BU after you solve them. So it's red. So I would solve my ULUR into their respective places, and then I would check my BU. And I'd know that it's on this side because of this is green, so I know this is blue. So I check this side. Or you could just memorize that it's the opposite of what color is on the front. However, some of the time, you won't actually have a ULUR sticker back there. You will have it on these two places in the M slice. And so in that case, you still check the backside sticker. So it, in fact, is essentially like the same. You just have to remember that you're looking towards the side of the back sticker or to the opposite of the front one, which the opposite of the front, green, blue, and then when I solve them, that's my BU, and that's how I'd check it. Now for the headlights cases or opposites cases, whatever you want to call them. Well, these ones are exactly the opposite. We look at the edge color of the ULUR on the front, so either of these two locations, and we look towards that side. So here we're still looking at blue, and we would solve, and this is red, and that's how we'd know how to solve our 3-cycle. And for this one, it's blue yet again. We check from these two, it's blue, we look to this side because we know that it's in opposites. And then it's orange, so we'd solve our 3-cycle like that. Some example LSEs using the BU recognition method. So for this one, I'm just gonna do my EO normally. During your EO, you're gonna be watching your UL/UR, so you're gonna know where they are, which is why knowing that I have to peek towards the blue side is something that's easy to look ahead to, because this is green. So, and then I would set it up, do my M2, and this is opposites, so I know that I have to raise the dot and finish. Here's number 2. I'm looking out for my UL/UR edges, as I should be. I notice they're here, so I'm gonna actually do that. Notably, I can actually cancel here, but since I know that this would have been here, I know that I have to look towards the blue side. And it's orange, these are opposites, so I know that I have to raise the dot. In this last example, I know I said I wasn't going to use EOLR, but this is just a good arrow case, the one mover, if you know it. And I just want to use this to illustrate a point that we're getting misoriented centers here, and this is another great thing about BU, is that it also works with misoriented centers. So this is blue, which means green's back here, so I'm looking towards green side. And then I will solve my UL/URs, and I check, and these are opposites. And so then I'll align and raise the dot, and then it should be clear from there. All right, here's our last example. So arrow case, pretty simple. We'll put this here, and you already can tell from noticing that these are matching that we have a full bar in the back. And since we know this is green, then this must be blue. So we should look to the blue side, which is, I've noticed I've been doing pretty much all video, but you will look to the either side. It's 50-50. So we'll solve that, and we'll see that this is orange and these all match, so we can cancel actually for this one. So that's pretty good. Well, thanks for watching. Be sure to comment if you're confused about anything. I'll respond to those and help you out. Like the video if this helped you so that more people can see it, and if you want to see future videos like these, be sure to subscribe. Bye.